Hello, in this session we are going to discuss about the weld thermal cycle in the context of welding. Before discussing the weld thermal cycle, let us understand the need of studying the heat flow in welding. To control the metallurgical reactions during welding, thermal conditions must be controlled properly, which includes the peak temperature and its distribution, the cooling rate in the weld and the heat affected zone, and the solidification rate in the weld zone. All above three aspects are governed by the weld thermal cycle experienced by the different zones during welding. Fusion welding involves the melting of paying surfaces and the filler material. It is further followed by the solidification process. Both melting and solidification steps are associated with the flow of heat and are affected by the heat transfer in and around the weld pool. Metallurgical structure of the metal in the region close to the weld metal is mainly determined by the extent of rise in temperature and then cooling rate experienced by the metal at particular location. Differential heating and cooling in different zones of the weld joint cause non-uniform volumetric change, which in turn produces the residual stresses. These residual stresses adversely affect the mechanical performance of the weld joint and introduce distortion in the mechanical components. Since heating, soaking, and cooling cycle affects the metallurgical mechanical properties, development of residual stresses, and distortion. Now let us understand the weld thermal cycle. Weld thermal cycle shows the variation in temperature of a particular location in and around the weld as a function of welding time. As the heat source arc or flame approaches close to the location of interest, temperature increased followed by cooling. A typical weld thermal cycle shows the rate of heating, peak temperature, and the time required for attaining the peak temperature and cooling rate. Since the distance of point of interest away from the weld center line directly affects the all parameters shown by the weld thermal cycle, and therefore each location offers different and unique weld thermal cycle. Here in this diagram we can see there are 2 points at different distances from the weld pool, which is A and B, and both these points experiences a different weld thermal cycle. Weld thermal cycle here shows the variation in the temperature of a particular location during the welding as a function of welding time. In general, an increase in distance of point of interest away from the weld center line decreases the peak temperature, it decreases the rate of heating and cooling, it increases the time to attain the peak temperature, and it decreases the rate of cooling with increase in time. Here this graph shows the weld thermal cycle of two different locations away from the weld center line. Here let us understand the factors affecting the weld thermal cycle. Weld thermal cycle varies with the distance from the weld center line, but it is also influenced by different other parameters. The major among them is heat input rate, initial plate temperature, weld joint design, and thermal properties of the base metal. Now let us understand these factors in detail. The prominent is the heat input. Rate of heat input is primarily governed by the energy density of the heat input being used for welding process of a given plate. Here, decrease in heat input makes the steeper distribution of peak temperature, and increase in the heat input increases the distance away from the weld center of area subjected to a specific heat temperature. For a given preheat condition, increase in the heat input increases the soaking time at high temperature and decreases the cooling rate. For a given heat input, increasing preheat decreases the cooling rate but does not affect the soaking time appreciably. As far as the energy density of the process is concerned, here we can see a diagram drawn between the temperature and the welding time. High energy density processes like plasma arc welding and laser beam welding offer higher rate of heating, peak temperature and cooling rates than low energy density processes like gas welding and SMAW. As far as the weld joint is concerned, weld geometry parameters such as thickness of plates affect the heating rate, soaking time and cooling rate for a given rate of heat input owing to changes in heat transfer conditions. In general, an increase in thickness of plate increases the rate of heat transfer, which in turn decreases the rate of heating, soaking time, and increase in the cooling rate. As far as thermal properties are concerned, thermal properties of metal like thermal conductivity and specific heat also have effect on weld thermal cycle similar to that of the thickness of the plate. Preheat is also a prominent point. The reduction in preheat increases the temperature gradient. Increase in the preheat temperature increases the distance away from the weld center of area subjected to a specific peak temperature. Preheating of the plate reduces the rate of heating and cooling. It increases the peak temperature. It increases the soaking period above certain temperature. Effects of weld thermal cycle are as following. Peak temperature near the weld fusion boundary decides the width of heat affected zone. Heating and cooling rate affects the microstructure of weld metal and heat affected zone. Therefore, weld thermal cycle of each point becomes of greater interest in structure sensitive metals like high carbon steels. Thank you.